Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison.
And I'm Tiffany Lee. Let's get you caught up on what's going on in our area.
Yeah, following an overwhelming vote in the November election, Fayetteville can now sell alcohol on Sundays for the first time.
Just a few days before that first Sunday, the Fayetteville City Council voted unanimously to update the city's code to reflect the change. The council also passed an emergency clause allowing Sunday alcohol sales to begin immediately, meaning this past Sunday was the first day that liquor stores could legally open their doors. While some stores in Fayetteville weren't open yet, others like Liquor Mart quickly made arrangements to welcome customers.
The group Keep Our Dollars in Fayetteville led the push to legalize the Sunday alcohol sales, saying it would boost the city's economy with more sales tax revenue. 82% of voters approved the change, 18% opposed it.
Enforcement police are investigating after another pedestrian was hit and killed. This happened on Saturday night near the intersection of Phoenix and Towson Avenue. Police confirmed the victim was a man, but have not released his identity or much about what happened that led to the accident. But we are working to learn more.
This is one of several pedestrian-involved crashes to happen in Fort Smith just this fall. This is a look at a map showing the crashes from the past few months. We talked to police about the trend. They told us that pedestrian crashes have increased by around 36% compared to last year, but overall crashes are down around 6%. All right, let's take a look at that weather. We're starting off with a pretty mild week so far. Second with Bella.
Yeah, it's definitely a warm morning for us. We had some fog out there. Now we're heating up into an afternoon with temperatures in the high 50s, even some 60s out there. We are going to be feeling pretty nice, but those clouds are hanging around, overcast skies all day long as we wait for a cold front to inch our way. It's not going to drop our temperatures, as you can see this afternoon. We're sticking with these highs in the 50s and 60s, but it will bring some scattered showers trying to move into our area the later we go into the afternoon and evening. We're seeing that really start to build up after about 7 o'clock. Should stay relatively light, but just lingering, pretty consistent over our head as we go later on into the evening. We're seeing that continue sitting over northwest Arkansas, parts of the River Valley as well, and just building. You can see that spread across a lot of our cities in northwest Arkansas, trying to stay mostly north of I-40, but a few spots dropping below further south in LaFleur County, trying to move across parts of the River Valley as we continue over the evening. You can see that spread starting to move a little bit further south. All of this going to push southeast as we go throughout the evening hours overnight into Tuesday morning. We could still see a few lingering showers as we go into our Tuesday morning commute if you're going to be up early, but most of us are going to miss it. We will start to clear out a little bit more. Could see a stray shower or two as we move into the afternoon and evening, but a majority of us are going to spend our Tuesday nice and clear, going to feel a little bit more of that cold air as it moves in. A little bit of a gusty wind as well as we start to move into that Tuesday. We get some of those strong winds to move in, keeping temperatures nice and cool in the 40s. We'll get a nice little warm up to come back our way for the later part of the week. That's going to raise temperatures. It's also going to bring rain chances back just in time for Friday and lingering into the weekend.
Thanks for that, Bella. Well, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission is asking people to keep an eye out for any sick or dead birds exhibiting signs of bird flu.
The risk of humans contracting the disease is low, but hunters can minimize that risk by following a few simple precautions. Cook game thoroughly, wear gloves when handling fowl, and harvest only fowl that look healthy. Game and fish experts say that this is the third year since a highly pathogenic avian influenza was detected in the U.S., and it's likely that periodic outbreaks will continue to occur. Best Friends Pet Resource Center in Bentonville prides themselves on matching pets with the perfect owner.
5 News reporter Parker Abels met with them to see how they match some and hear some of their new owner stories.
Best Friends Pet Resource Center in Bentonville is known for finding people their furry best friends.
This is what we do. It's what makes every day great, and being able to see families that find their perfect match and the animals finding their perfect match with the owners is just the best that we can ask for.
They do it by spending time with each family to make sure they're the right fit.
For our adopters, it's taking the time to have conversations with them rather than looking at a piece of paper and finding reasons to say no.
Finding that fit is so important for dogs like Doug, who suffers from an eye disorder and can't see well and may need extra care.
You know, whenever we learned about that, to me, it wasn't really something that we worried about because it was, you know, we're all broken in our own ways. And whether that be that your eyesight's not the best or some other issue.
And finding that perfect fit can make tough times just a bit better.
In February, Lindley was diagnosed with congenital foot disorder, where she had 2 bones in both of her feet that were growing together that weren't supposed to be. And so we had some surgeries coming up, and we knew that life was going to change. I saw her, and I thought that her and her would be an excellent match for one another.
And the bond between a girl and her dog is unlike any other.
She's really playful, so I can play with her, and she's naughty, but that's what makes her a puppy, and she's sweet when she gets tired.
In Bentonville, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather.